Hi, my name is Mike, and this is a story about my adventure in my lovely yacht, White Malkin.
Just above the horizon now. Around, and it that way but I guess that it will get better as the day goes by. There we are, got a panoramic view. No flying fish on the deck today. We've had a few flying fish, but anyway, this is the rig I had last night, which is good. Seems to work. Bit downwind, don't like dead downwind, but there you go. Can't do much about it. That's what you get, and you've got to deal with what you get. Back to the sunshine. The hydrovane is still functioning very well. I must, as soon as we get into Guadeloupe, one of the very first jobs will be to check the fastening bolts that clamp the tube. You know, it's a bit disconcerting when you see the thing all wobbling. I don't want to lose it. Apart from it being very expensive, I need it. So there we go. Yeah, it was a fast night, I think. I think we did a lot of mileage last night. I think now it's somewhere in the region of 170 miles to go. So the plan, it's only just daybreak here, by the way, so you know you're enjoying daylight, even if it's not warm. The plan is to see how many miles we've got to do by, and I'm talking about GMT times now, so because I'm navigating by Greenwich Mean. Ship's time is one thing and navigation time is another. Right, so I want to know how many miles we've got to do when we get to, say, 6 o'clock GMT, and now that will be 2 o'clock local time, because it's 4 hours behind, and that way then I can judge. If it's below 120 miles, then I know that we can do 130 in 24 hours. That's the average, funny enough, for this boat. I've looked back on the passage and it's interesting. It's an average of about 5.4 knots, which is about 130 nautical miles. Whoops, that's just the Juno having fun. So that will make us White Malkin. She'll be going into a harbour in daylight, which is what I prefer. I don't really want to go into a new harbour. Now, the weather-wise is another issue. It's very interesting, actually. I looked at the tracker, the PW tracker, which it sort of says, oh, we've been doing some very, very impressive speeds, 6.9 knots or whatever it was, over, which we've been doing a lot more than that, I can assure you. Yeah, we've been doing 8 knots quite regularly, but anyway, never mind. But the wind has been a bit stronger than the 16 that they talk about. Yeah, we've had sort of gusts of 24, 25 knots, which doesn't sound a lot, but and as long as that sea out there stays sensible, which at the moment it is, which is good, even though she's rolling her apart out here at the moment. They do, don't they? These sort of relatively narrow yachts with a narrowish stern, I suppose. Anyway, Where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm pretty confident that we'll make a nice landfall in daylight, which is what I would want, because it's a new place. I've never been there. I'm a newbie when it comes to this, and I want to get into the marina if I can in daylight. That's if they've got room. If they haven't got room, I don't know what I'm going to do. But probably stay the evening on the fueling pontoon, or I'll do something. I'll find somewhere. But there is a secondary port. Now the weather is the issue. I know where I was. Yeah, I lost the track. The weather, right? The weather, unfortunately, is getting windier and windier and windier. Today, then there's going to be a little bit of a lull, which is going to be quite encouraging. And then tomorrow it comes in, and tomorrow evening, which I'm hoping that we'll be in and and tied up, sorted. It's going to come in pretty nastily. Probably is the best way to put it. So we don't want to be out there if we can help it. Otherwise, we're going to have to put a reef in, and we don't want to do that either. So we'll see where we go from there. Update on the mini globe race boats, mini MGR 580s. They're now on their way, having left Lanzarote on the 11th of January, and I've had a couple of text messages from Adam, my friend Adam Moore, who's competing, and he's doing okay. And they're all doing okay, to be quite honest, because it's an interesting sail. They might call it a race. Well, okay, call it a race. Call it what you like. But you don't get any prizes for not getting round here. So it is about it's about an endurance more than a speed. When you start talking about going around the world, Vendée Globe boats, they push them and push them and push them, and then all of a sudden something snaps off or whatever. MGR boats, GGR boats, Golden Globe boats. I mean, they push them, and some of them sunk. It's just not worth it. It is not worth it. It's much better to not look at anything other than safety, safe sailing. That old saying: if you think you should reef. Just be safe, because pushing a boat to its limits and then waiting for something to fail is of no use to anybody, especially the skipper and the boat, of course, because no one's coming to come and fetch your boat. That is, they might come and fetch you, but they won't come and fetch your boat. So the best thing to do is to be sensible as best you can. Do that risk assessment all the time and make considered judgments based on conditions and risk, and then you should be okay. Anyway, it's time. I was going to have another cup of tea. It's my third one this morning. I've been up to since 6 o'clock GMT, and it's now 10, non 10, isn't it? 10:30, whatever it is. So there you go, one last look at the sunshine. Oh, look at that, it's gone behind a cloud, but it is there, and it'll come up, and the sky is blue, well, most of it anyway, apart from these horrible clouds. But there you go, without wind, boats won't move, as somebody in the yacht club told me once. Thank you, Russell. Cheerio, bye everybody, speak again, bye. Good morning everybody. Yes, we've arrived in Guadeloupe. We're not quite in Guadeloupe, but we arrived at the shores of Guadeloupe, and everything's all good. We've had a few days of quite bumpy weather, but we're all right. Yeah, I need another shave, don't I? So we're now making the final approach to Guadeloupe. Where we go, we want a marina, to be quite honest, just for a couple of days so we can sort ourselves out. Had problems with the chart plotter, had problems with which I've sorted, but I've got problems with the autopilot. I always believe when you close land, you'd be better off coming off of your wind vane and going on your autopilot. And there's a very good story of a friend of mine who stayed on his wind vane, and the boat the wind changed, the boat changed course, and he was having a kip, and the boat nearly careered onto the rocks. So it's not a good idea. Anyway, that's my view. So yeah, there's Marie in the cockpit there. She's been very good, very good. And there's all the rubbish, as you can see, which we've been collecting. And you'll probably see the seas in the back there, ground there. It's quite a bumpy ride at the moment, as we're getting shallower. Winds are, what do we know, 22, 23 knots at the moment, not too bad. But of course the seas are all building up, because obviously it's had 5,000 meters out there, and now it's only about 500 meters. So you've got to be a bit careful. The weather has not been the best the past few days. You can see all the cloud. We've had a fair bit of thunder, not thunder as in noise, but thundery clouds with squalls and 30 knots. And so we've had to put a couple of reefs in, and there we go, got a couple of reefs in the main there. And I've got a full genoa out at the moment, because just to get some speed, on. So there we go, that's what we've got. So we're doing very well. She's sort of surges over 7, sometimes 8 knots. The depth sounder is still not registering, obviously, because it's too deep, so it just registers last depth. Well, that wasn't its last depth, but I suppose it gets it to think that's what its last depth was. But if you look at the instrument on the right-hand side, the course over the ground has gone, the speed over the ground has gone, but I've got those on the chart plotter, so I think it's this bad boy over here. I think that controls the autopilot. It's been playing up for a little while. Anyway, I've sent a message to a good friend of mine in the UK. Who works for Ray Marine, so we'll see what they can do for us, if anything at all. But I'll have to sort it out when I get to Antigua. So that's where we are at the moment. Oops. Well, it's land ho. That's 22 days from leaving LaPalma, Canaries, and we are arriving in Guadeloupe, in the Caribbean. Been a bit of a bumpy few days, and it's made bumpy even now. And if you look at the cloud formation, those are thunder clouds, and the sky, you can see the sky's got wind in it, and we've had some pretty tasty breezes. A couple of winds in the main now, just controlling the speed with the genoa. That's good enough. Yeah, that's all good. So we're just making our way in now through these passages to Guadeloupe itself. 22 days for a boat with a length of 26 feet isn't too bad. Well, we've made it to the anchorage that we're going to go into. Sorry for the wind noise. I should have had my muffler speaker on, but I haven't got it. Mind you, we've just come around 35 knots of wind. That's a bit decent. You get what you get. You don't always get what you want. And up there you'll see some yachts. And up there's our mate Bob Penman, somewhere. We'll find him, I'm sure. and we're going to anchor near him, and then probably have a beer together, I suppose, don't you? 22 days without a beer even, or even a glass of wine. Never mind. So that's, looking that way, that is the Caribbean Sea, which is different than the Atlantic, so I'm told. I'll find out in the next few weeks, I'm told. And there is a marina up there, which we're going to try and get into tomorrow morning. We're still going to anchor now, because we're quite tired. We've had a very long 22 days, and we're just going to chill. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Comes Pex. He's waving. Woo-hoo! Yo! Whoops. Here he comes. Here they come, I should say. Maria as well. Bless them both. Woo-hoo! Yeah! There's the man. There's the man himself. Woohoo! Hello! Oh, he nearly fell over. I'm doing a little bit of filming of you, Mike, coming in. There he is, that's the way. Play for the camera. Woo! Yay! I hope they can see that. Hello. How you doing? Just as you were coming in, that boat was dragging over there, so the radio's a bit busy at the moment. Hello, Maria. So it's all looking good. Take your pick, Mike, where you want to go. But there's a couple of boats in there around this area here, and they've gone. So yeah, you need to drop on about the 10-metre contour. You want about?
I'll go behind the Endurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you drop on about 10 metres, then just fall back on your scope, put about 50 out, and then you should be fine. Should be good. I'll give you 10 minutes to get sorted, and then I'm coming over with a rum and coke. All right. I hope you're all thirsty. Okay. Cheers. It's my mate, that Mike Peckham, sailed across the Atlantic, just arrived, and his lovely crew, Maria. So look, we're gonna give them a chance to get sorted out, and we'll go over and say hello properly. All right, cheers, bye.
Well, I'm in the market now, and wow, what a market! Absolutely fantastic. All these beautiful fruits and vegetables and what have you. Very, very fresh, obviously very locally grown. And I'm going to have a look round to see what I can buy for white Malkin. Because we've run out of vegetables, fresh vegetables, so we're going to stock up here. And what a place to stock up. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there. Yeah, I'm going to get going and I'll tell you how well I got on. But it is a very, very nice market, there's no doubt. Very nice. A few shops have closed, maybe it closed for lunch, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's good. I've got some tea towels as well. I've got two, so I'll see if I can get some tea towels here, I think. Apart from vegetables, at least. Okay, so see you later. Well, it's goodbye this particular anchorage in Guadeloupe, and very, very tight marina indeed, very, very tight. It was not filmable coming out. It was inches tight. You sort of get jammed between the buoy that you hook yourself out with and the dock wall. They're not floating pontoons, they're fixed because there's only a very, very small rise and fall here, about half a metre, that's all it is. And yeah, so we're going to journey on up the coast to a place called Malandur, or just before Malandur actually. So we'll see. As I say, it's a very pretty little island. Hopefully we'll get away from these katabatic winds. I think we might, because I think the hills are further inland, which I think is going to help. They're busy sitting on top of the bay. Mr. Now look at that. Which end has got the gold?
I think there's a pot of gold. Well, look, you can actually see.
I can see the pot of gold that end. Yeah, it's on the beach. We're going to go over there, Bob. Oh, by the way, I've got young Bob here.
Hello.
Here he is, look. Bob the pirate.
Both admiring rainbows. Not a very pirate thing to do, is it?
No,
really?
no, not really. Yeah, but there's gold
Oh, look
involved,
at that
isn't there?
beautiful rainbow.
There's gold involved though, Bob. I mean,
Yeah.
that's very much a pirate thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, pirate.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that, I don't even know what the name of this port is now, but
Something like Valentine. Or
yeah,
something
like that. Anyway, we are where we are.
Boulant.
Yeah, and over there, everybody is looking at this. You'll see a load of people in the sea. You know, yeah, through there, just through. Oh, no. Anyway, it's over there.
They're all having a hot bath.
And they're all having a hot bath. The water over there is as much as you could stand to put your finger in. So they're obviously enjoying it. But we're enjoying a nice quiet afternoon.
Despite the fact that it's 28 degrees. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean the water temperature here naturally is about 31, 32, nearly 33. Well, over there it's about 40 something or other. I mean it is hot.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there. I love hot water.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, take the old Suji with us, and we'll have a bath.
Yeah.
And back to the rainbow. There we are. Look, that's the rainbow. Isn't that lovely? See you later, everybody.
Well, thank you very much indeed for watching my vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it entertained you. My next vlog will be in 7 days' time, and I very much look forward to you joining me on my continued voyage around the world on my beautiful Rustler 36 White Malkin.